everyone, welcome to Tour Validated. My name is DJ Lantz, joined by my partner Kris McCormack, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Titleist TSR line of drivers. Pretty exciting.
Definitely exciting. So TSR, improvement over the already super popular TSI. And for me personally, I haven't been a player of the Titleist driver since back in the 910 days.
Yep.
So this one, improvement, speed, aerodynamics, and nice story with stability and a little bit more customization options when it comes to some movable weight. Now, these guys make the claim 2 to 4 miles an hour faster. So I'm curious to see if we're going to see that jump over current TSI.
That's a big claim in today's world, to make that kind of jump in speed. So I'm excited. They've definitely knocked it out of the park with cosmetics. These look incredible.
Definitely.
Unbelievable. But this video is going to be a little bit different. We've partnered with Fairway Jockey, and we're going to give away one of these drivers to a lucky viewer. So make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned to the end of the video, and we'll tell you how you can win one. You're going to get to pick which one you want to game. So stay tuned. We're going to go hit these, see how they perform, and we'll go from there.
So DJ, first up, a new TSR line is going to be TSR2. So a little bit different shape, a little different sizing, and I mean overall aesthetics look really nice on this. So story this year, different weight configuration, also a little bit different face. Now, previous face in the TSI, I mean, completely changed the world for Titleist. So that driver was fast, it was forgiving, checked all the boxes for sound, feel, and kept up with the other big boys for speed. So improvement on that, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, well, I am too. This is Christmas morning for me. I know when Titleist product comes out, it's always exciting. This looks incredible.
If we remember from TSI2 at address, it had that little bit of almost a draw bias look to it.
Correct.
So this one, when I was taking a look at it during the unboxing, much more neutral look.
100%. Yeah, this looks really nice. So here we go. Let's not waste any more time. Get into these swings. Whew. Feels pretty good, Kris.
And first swing of the day, we're over a 290 carry. Spin was nice, ball speed, mid 160s.
See how consistent we can get here. A little longer carry.
Bigger carry there. 167 ball speed. Spin holding right in that 2300-ish range.
I love how premium these look with the piano black, that paint on top. You're so used to seeing matte drivers at this point in the game. To see something that has that, you know, traditional look is very appealing. I love the way these look.
Well, Titleist is one of our last holdouts that's really kind of sticking to their guns on the traditional shaping and also still using the titanium crowns.
Yep.
So many companies are going to carbon. It's nice to have that consistency when it comes to just the acoustics and the feel of that titanium head. Very distinct sound. That's a good ball there.
That's so consistent. Better golf swing does help.
Absolutely.
I mean, there is still an operator aspect to this. That is so good. Doesn't curve much. I actually like that it's a little bit more spin for me. That's like 26 we just saw there.
Sure, and the shaping and design of this head does have that CG placement a little bit lower to help us with a little easier launch. Also going to be one of the more forgiving heads in the TSR family. I mean, looking at you hitting it, it's stable.
Very stable.
Now, not only have we changed the weight configuration inside of these heads, but now we also have introduction of the multi-plateau VFT face. So they've changed the face geometry a little bit and the internal configuration as far as how it's structured. So we're going to see a little bit more consistency when it comes to just ball speed maintained across the face.
Yep.
And Titleist is making a claim of 2 to 4 miles an hour of extra ball speed over what we saw in TSI, which that's a big claim.
That is a big claim because they jumped speed big time with that driver, but I haven't tested TSI for some time, but that's definitely faster than when I tested TSI.
That sounds like a future video.
There's a little bit of a miss. See how that one does.
Let's get one more for this sample.
That one carried 298?
That was a great carry for a miss. And like we always say, I mean, golf is a game of misses, and
holy smokes.
fitting is all about mismanagement.
If this one is the higher spinning of these 3 models, those are going to be very low spin.
And we're testing these, every head that we have today in TSR 2, 3, and 4. Static loft on them is 9. For you, based upon the angles you create and your speed, we do have them turned down to 8 degrees.
Yep.
Another good ball.
Not bad, not bad. These
Nice.
are very consistent. I mean, I could keep hitting this for a while, but I'm excited to try those too.
So next up in this TSR family is going to be TSR 3. So this is probably going to be the bread and butter for a lot of Titleist traditionalists and also our more accomplished players maybe looking at getting Titleist back in the bag.
Right.
So a little different shaping, a little bit more traditional styling when it comes to just the visual package. So definitely doesn't have any of that draw bias to it when it comes to visual at address.
A little bit deeper face than we were looking at with TSR2.
Correct.
But again, like you mentioned, very traditional. There's not a lot going on here. It's all under the hood. You're not getting any bells and whistles kind of on the outside of the club.
No, and they still keep it at 460 cc's in this package, even though it looks quite a bit smaller.
It does. I would have guessed 440, but that's great. I know, like you said, a lot more accomplished players prefer that smaller head size. So
Definitely.
all right, well, here we go. First swing with TSR3. First swing was a bit of a miss, Kris, and it's pretty good still.
That sounded a little toey,
Little toey.
but dispersion downrange, not too bad.
It's a fairway hit. It's a fairway hit.
2200 spin
Yep.
at 289. I'd like to miss it off the toe and carry it 290 in the air.
You know what? That is excitement. I swung a little too hard at that. Might have caught a little bit of turf early. Got to get back to the gamer swing. Pretty good again. I just missed it a tick. A little toey, but you see that toey miss did not turn.
No,
held.
that just started right of our target line and pretty much held. There wasn't a lot of movement there.
Nope.
Sounded a little more solid.
Yeah, hit the face.
Yeah, that one spun on us a little bit. It was a touch low on the face,
Yep.
so did get a little more spin out of that guy. It's a good carry number there.
Not bad, not bad.
So we are seeing already, I mean, just in the few swings that we've taken, TSR2 quite a bit more forgiving.
100%.
More stable, more consistent.
The biggest thing I've seen through a few swings is just the consistency of spin that I saw in the TSR2. I thought that was obviously a lot more beneficial for me. These are getting up a little too high, but we'll see. I think a few more swings because I want to like this head. This one looks better to my eye.
Sure.
But if the numbers don't match, then, you know, that's a big part of it.
Absolutely.
Maybe the biggest part.
It's a nice move through the ball there.
Better there. Okay, that's a good one to go off. We'll see how that one does. Better, but that did not beat it in carry.
No, I say that was probably one of your better carry numbers. We were 166 consistently with TSR2. We've seen ball speed and spin moving around a little bit.
Yep.
As soon as we made that transition into the TSR3.
Very playable so far. Optimized though. Not yet. We're not seeing this one.
Now, if I'm making a head pick for you right now, I'm pulling TSR2.
TSR2.
Now, one of the big differences though is we do have an opportunity to now move weight around once
Yep.
we get into that TSR head.
Yep.
So we can fine tune flight preference a little bit. So if we're seeing something that's moving a little bit too much to the right or too much to the left, we can shift that weight towards the toe, towards the heel,
Yep.
just to fine tune that ball flight. So last head in new TSR family is going to be TSR4. And this is lowest launching, lowest spinning. We actually go from the 460 head shape and size down to a 430. So for the player that likes that smaller, more compact head design, little deeper face, also going to see a little right bias to it. Big difference in this guy, we now have 2 movable weights, and Titleist is going to set us up with an 11-gram stock weight right up there close to the face, 3 grams in the back, looking to max out ball speed and keep that spin as low as possible.
I'm gonna say it, this is the best looking driver Titleist has made a decade.
I wouldn't disagree with you.
I mean, this whole line of drivers, but this in particular just looks, I mean, I don't know that I need a 430cc head.
We don't know yet. We haven't hit it.
I haven't hit it. It looks good.
Let's see it.
It looks good. Oh boy.
Well, that's about as straight can be. Ooh, big carry number there.
That was solid, not gonna lie to you.
2100 spin. Yeah, that was.
And that's like smoothie. I need to do a better job, I think, sometimes with these testing videos, not to swing out of my boots because I hit some shots.
The people want to see the long ball, DJ.
I know, the people want the long ball.
Come
you gotta
on.
get a different guy for that. That was really good. We could stop there, be done.
Just call it right now?
Yeah.
Just done, wrap it up?
That one had a different acoustic sound. Did you notice that?
Definitely
Definitely
did.
a little different.
But with that movable weight shifted forward and close to the face, I would expect there to be a little different sound there for us. Then you also have that different in size. So going from 460 to 430,
Yep.
gonna play into the acoustics a bit. Another big play here was really focusing on aerodynamics and fine-tuning that shape to physically produce a faster club head speed coming through impact.
There's your heel.
There's the heel miss.
There's the heel miss.
Let's see here.
Where's the spin?
Still big carry number out of it.
Yeah, I didn't lose much there. Wow.
2300 at 165 ball speed.
Definitely more right bias, because even the ones that I've kind of turned over myself don't turn as much. This is proving to be my favorite, just because I have a little bit more right bias that protects that left side.
Sure.
The TSR2 had that tendency, when you do let it kind of release a little bit, it's going left, it's easy to release. So you've got a nice array of options between these three. There's no reason you can't get fit into a Titleist driver.
Now, something I'm really excited about from a fitting perspective is not only have they included an 8-degree head in the TSR2, but they're now offering every single option that they manufacture for both right and left-handed players. So it does really give us an opportunity to fine-tune anybody.
This one's definitely, for some reason, I'm hitting it more center strikes, protecting the left side, and even the ones that fade a little bit, which I would honestly prefer to see that shot a little bit more,
Sure.
are still carrying plenty far. Very controllable spin at 2600, 2500. Like, I like that spin. Spin's your friend.
Have a little miss there.
Little miss.
Still big carry number out of it. Good ball there. That's a good one to end on. Over 300 carry there.
Didn't expect that.
2200 spin, 165 ball speed, 303 in the air, and very little movement downrange.
Did not expect that.
And we didn't see big misses. We
No.
had a miss where it just kind of knuckled on us a little bit.
Yep.
But that would have caught most fairways anywhere we play.
Correct. And that's, again, operator error. And by no means am I going to sit here and be a robot. So that does tend to be my miss. Sometimes I get a little under it. Release the face. Spin's going to knock off that ball. So very, very surprised by this. I thought this was going to be such a low spin machine that I wouldn't be able to keep it in the air. And
No, for you, it's playable.
it's very playable.
Just kind of going through some of this data. If we start back at TSR2 here and look at the consistency with launch, our deviation here for that sample, and average apex height, 117 feet, average carry at 299, 321. Not a lot of curvature here.
Yep.
And we did have a little bit of that left bias to it.
Yep.
But it was starting relatively straight in relationship to the target.
Right.
Average ball speed at 166.7 with
Yep.
only 0.6 miles per hour deviation. Pretty good for that sample.
Yep. Very consistent.
And cruising down, just like we saw during testing, a little slower on that TSR3.
Yep.
And we see that here, a little more dispersion when it comes to just the deviation downrange.
Yep.
a little higher, a little more spin. So not exactly what we were anticipating seeing. Not a bad sample, but if I'm making a pick between these two, I'm taking the forgiveness of TSR2.
100%, I agree with you.
Now, here's kind of the oddball that we found really interesting, and that's going down here to TSR4. Now, Titleist is making a claim that we're seeing a big improvement in forgiveness with TSR4. And with your testing, I mean, I would say that we saw that represented here.
Oh, absolutely. I know. I remember hitting TSI4, and it was a no-go for me.
It's tough. It was a tough sell.
Yeah, golf's hard enough.
And equal ball speed at 166 from what we saw with the more forgiving head in TSR2.
Yep.
Carry right there at 299, total at 322, a little bit lower spin as we would expect to see.
Yep.
So in our comparison screen, we can see kind of how those heads stacked up next to each other. So we kept every shot from the sample, including the mishits.
Yep.
And taking a look here, that TSR3 kind of jumps out as not one that I would make a recommendation for you.
For sure. Yeah, that was definitely the one, again, like we said, I was most excited for. But these numbers don't lie. I could feel it off the face. They just weren't doing it for me.
Yeah, might need a little more fine-tuning there to make that guy work.
Yep.
Now, this is interesting here when we're looking at our dispersion downrange.
Yep.
Obviously, TSR2 advertised as the most forgiving head, and we do see that when it comes to dispersion.
Yep.
So also when it comes to our deviation with carry and total. Now, did spin a little bit more. They do offer that 8-degree head. And jumping down here into TSR4, I know we like the shape, got a little bit lower spin out of it, but I mean, all things considered, looking at these numbers, I would make a case for that TSR2.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think the benefit of the added forgiveness, the consistency of ball speed, spin, carry, dispersion, it's kind of what you're looking for when you're getting a driver. You want it to go far, you want it to hit fairways, you want to make it as easy as possible.
Absolutely.
I think it's been accomplished with that one.
All in all, I would make a case, if we're making a change, TSR2 looks like kind of the smart play.
I love it.
So wrapping up that test, pretty good numbers, pretty good sample there.
Yep.
And we saw, basically as advertised, better stability, speed, spin control. I'd say it was a good sample.
Very good sample. So as mentioned, we're going to give one of these away. So in order to win one of these, what you're going to have to do is subscribe to the channel, you're going to have to like this video, and then in the comment section, let us know which of these 3 drivers you want to game. So as always, thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to Fairway Jockey providing the drivers for us here. Win yourself a driver. These are pretty fun. Special driver. Look forward to seeing you again soon.